I don't think you could find a film with a more sensational cast of veteran British actors. Quartet is such a beautiful film. I saw this possibly not the year it was released, but maybe 2013, and I never stopped thinking about it over the last 7 years. I'm constantly reminding myself of this film, and it is beautiful. This film was directed by Dustin Hoffman, which is always a good thing, and it's based on a play by Ronald Harwood. I wasn't really aware that it was a play. I'd be quite interested to see this on stage. I think it would be very interesting. Now, obviously, the cast is really the phenomenal thing, but even the narrative is so lovely. So, the plot from IMDb is described as follows. At a home for retired musicians, the annual concert to celebrate composer Giuseppe Verdi's birthday is disrupted by the arrival of Jean, an eternal diva and the former wife of one of the residents. So it appears to be a very wealthy, well-kept, well-maintained, beautiful residential home for retired musicians, and obviously that means it's going to be a very musical film. We have, the residents all play different instruments, some sing, and then we have Jean coming along and throwing a spanner in the works. So obviously there's a bit of chaos, some drama, some gossip. And while that's pretty common for a film, it's not usually common for a film where the cast is primarily over the age of 60, where the cast is all at retirement age. And it's very, very funny. It's very witty and clever. I think the dialogue is beautiful and fantastic. The interactions between the characters are lovely to see. There are some very heartfelt moments. You will well up at certain times. I'm not going to go into too much detail about any of what happens because, well, I want you to watch the film. The cast for me, as I said, is the driving force. It's just really quite phenomenal. So we have Maggie Smith as Jean Horton, who is obviously wonderful. Tom Courtenay's in it, Billy Connolly, Pauline Collins, Michael Gambon, Sheridan Smith, who I should point out does not play one of the retired residents. It's absolutely gorgeous. There are other actors I would have liked to have seen in this. I think there are a lot of other British actors. I'm trying to say this as diplomatically as possible. I don't want to call anybody old. But it is an absolutely beautiful film. I have no problems with this whatsoever. I think the musical aspect's really gorgeous. The characters are fun and full of life and for the most part, energetic and full of enthusiasm and really well-spirited. And I love, just for me, the way the characters interact with one another is really what makes this really quite special. It is very funny at times and very witty, but very emotional. Quartet really does seem to have the full package. I don't know how many other films I've seen that have been directed by Dustin Hoffman. There must be a few more than this one that I've seen. But honestly, it's absolutely fabulous. If you haven't seen Quartet, I thoroughly recommend that you do.